Hello, everyone. This is Ted Check, External Affairs Officer for the York County Office of Emergency Management. Today I'm going to go over just a couple things found in the Pennsylvania Emergency Preparedness Guide. This is a document that is prepared by the state, and I'm going to leave the link in the description below so you can see the entire document. But today I just wanted to highlight the top 10 possible emergencies in the state. So first, why should we prepare for emergencies? Well, number one, we don't know when they're going to happen. We don't know exactly what it will be, whether it will be something natural, or something man-made. And we don't know, honestly, when the help is going to arrive. So as it says here, it's important to be able to survive on your own for at least 3 days during an emergency. So let's go over the top 10 possible emergencies. And number one on the list is flooding. Floods. It makes sense to me. You can think back to not too long ago, 2018. We had a very severe flood here in York County, mainly in the southern part of the county in Chanceford Township. That was very destructive. It was a severe hardship for a lot of residents in that area. And not only that, but in addition to that, we have just annual flooding that occurs, especially in the communities that are built right on creeks. There's a lot of trailer parks that are built right near creeks, and the creeks often overflow in the county. So definitely number one is flooding. Number two, fires. Whether it's an urban setting, whether it is suburban or kind of more in the farmlands. Fires are very common here in the county. There's a lot of old homes in the city of York, and also as you get out into the less populated areas, people are doing things like burn barrels, or they're just burning piles of brush. Obviously there are also intentional fires. So there's a lot of fires that occur. And as it says here, fires can spread quickly, so they can become life-threatening in 2 minutes and destroy a home in as little as 5 minutes. Okay, number three is winter storms. We know that sometimes we get some severe weather here. We had the snowpocalypse several years ago. We've had we've had blizzards here before. We're not as it's not as bad as, say, Buffalo, New York, but we do get our fair share of winter storms. And they can be very damaging. I remember a couple of years ago, there was I believe it was like 50-car pileup on Interstate 83 in the southern part of the county because of a snow squall, just a very unexpected snow squall that occurred and took everyone by surprise. And that was a very serious incident that occurred here. So number four, I think it was up here. Excuse me. Number four, tropical storms, tornadoes, and thunderstorms. Thunderstorms, those are very common. Tornadoes, maybe not quite as much. And also, I would include in there straight line winds. Straight line winds can be very damaging, and at first glance, you might think it was a tornado, but just like its name, it is a damage that occurs in a straight line, rather than in a as a tornado is a circular pattern. Number five, influenza pandemic. Boy, do we know about that. 2020, we saw COVID-19 and all of the havoc that it wreaked on this country and all over the world. So I don't know. Based on 2020, you might have to move that up a couple of notches. But anyway, number six, hazardous material incidents, Hazmat incidents. And we've got an entire team here that is under the Office of Emergency Management, the Hazmat team. And we have a coordinator who's on staff, and then we have a number of volunteers who have dedicated themselves to responding to hazardous material incidents that occur, whether it be at a plant or on the highway. So we have an entire fleet of vehicles and all sorts of equipment to deal with hazmat incidents. Let's go back up. So that was number seven, earthquakes and landslides. Yeah, I mean, definitely a concern. We get a lot of seismic activity in the northern part of the county in the Dillsburg area. And so, as it says here, earthquakes and landslides are destructive natural disasters. Something you always have to keep in mind. So that would move us to number 8, nuclear threat. We know that TMI just closed down, but we still have Peach Bottom power plant that is in the southern part of the county. And so that is definitely a concern. We just recently had a training that involved Peach Bottom and involved York Hospital, of course, our office, and FEMA and PEMA were there. So we trained on what would happen if there was some type of radioactive exposure, and so that was a great success, that training session. And if you go on to the YouTube channel, the York County Office of Emergency Management YouTube channel, you will see some footage from that training session. Number 9, dam failures. We have several dams here in the county, a couple of them on the Susquehanna River, and recently myself and Sean McFadden, who is a coworker here, he's the municipal planner, we took part in an exercise at the Safe Harbor Dam. So that is something that we are always aware of, whether it be any time of the year, but particularly in the winter when there might be an ice jam. That can be a very serious incident that occurs, and it's something that we prepare for here. And then finally, number 10, terrorism. Of course, ever since September 11th, terrorism has been a concern here in the United States. There have been many protocols, many standard operating procedures that have been put in place since that time. Of course, we have we have different branches of the federal government that have been established based on that act of terrorism. And I can tell you that on the local level, on the county level, the state level, the federal level, there is preparation that is always going on concerning terrorism. So that might be one that could move up a couple of notches on this list as well. So there you go. That is the top 10 possible emergencies for the state of Pennsylvania. It's not something that is a very positive topic, but it's something that we have to talk about. It's not something that's happy, but it's unfortunately it's part of life, and so it's something that we have to talk about. It's something that we have to keep top of mind, and it's something that we have to prepare for. So I hope you enjoyed this, and like I said, I'll put the description, or I'll put the link in the description below for the entire PA Emergency Preparedness Guide. I believe it's about 40 pages. So very interesting stuff, very helpful. And thanks for watching. I appreciate it. And hopefully we'll have more of these videos coming up soon.